I'm not really thrilled to be thinking about teaching stuff in the middle of July. Wish me luck. I've made it very cozy in here. One of my big goals, we don't talk about this a whole lot. This is my new timer. I'm done. I'm not done, but mentally I'm done. But I do have an announcement to make. Hello and welcome to a new vlog. Welcome if you're new here. Hi, I'm Andrea. Welcome back if you're one of my lovely returning friends. I need to turn off my workout on my watch. I always forget to do that and then it thumps me and is like, hey, are you still working out? No, I'm not, and I'm back home. So I've just got back from a very warm morning walk. I'm really impressed with myself. I won't lie. We're now mid-July. This is definitely like the hottest it's going to be. Like we're in that time. Like today, I think it's only going to be 106. If you're new here, I live in southern Arizona in the Phoenix Valley. So yeah, it's very hot here right now. And I normally don't go for walks in the summer, but this summer I have been training myself to wake up early and go for a walk. So I woke up at 5:30. I got out there by just about or just slightly before 6:30. I had a nice walk. It was definitely warm. Saw some hummingbirds, and I've been seeing them over the last several walks. I'm noticing that they will just fly near me and then like just hover like they're looking at me. Which, if you've been watching this channel for a while and have heard me talk about hummingbirds before, it's really like driving home that feeling of whenever I see a hummingbird, it's a sign to like stop stressing and stop being anxious, and just like, not that it's easy to just stop being anxious, but it's that sign of like everything's gonna be okay. And I've been feeling really stressed. There's just so much going on, some of which we'll talk about in this vlog. So it's just been a very, very busy and hectic week. It's only Wednesday, but it's also started feeling really busy and hectic around the middle of last week, kind of like after, I think I last vlogged on Thursday, and so like kind of starting on Friday. Like Friday was just really busy and hectic, then the weekend was nice, but then Monday it was just like, oh my gosh. And yesterday was kind of the same. Yesterday was a little bit better. Monday was the worst. Monday was like panic attacks and bad. Tuesday was a little bit better. It was like calmer, but I was also just kind of still a bit numb for Monday. So today I just don't want to let it spiral. So I'm trying to pay attention to the hummingbirds that I saw and use that as my reminder to just take today minute by minute and it'll all be okay. So yeah, today's going to be a bit of a teaching vlog, which I'm not really thrilled to be thinking about teaching stuff in the middle of July, because the semester doesn't start until the end of August. But yeah, my syllabi are due on Monday. I really wanted to get them done on Friday, which is just 2 days from now. So I want to kind of have a big push on my syllabi. One of them is almost done. One of them is almost done. The other one needs some work, but I don't think it will take me that long. And then both of them need to be submitted online. So I don't know if I'll get all the way to that part today, but let's try. And yeah, I just want a cozy day at home, and I've decided that if I have to think about fall in the fall semester, I'm gonna make it feel like fall. So we're gonna try to do a little bit of like autumn and July and just make things extra cozy and a little bit autumnal as much as I can, at least in the vibes that we'll channel. I did dig out one of my fall candles from last year. So yeah, I'm just, if I have to think about the fall semester, I'm gonna do it in a cozy autumnal environment. And if that makes me weird, then I guess I'm weird. But I feel like that's why most of you are here, because you get my weirdness. So yeah, get comfy, get cozy, and keep me company while I have to work on my syllabi today. Alrighty, it is just past 11. I still have plenty of time. Since talking to you all, I have done some reading for work. Talk about that in a moment. I had some breakfast. I had a call I had to jump on for an hour. I don't know where the time goes. Like, I've taken a shower as well, so I guess that took a little bit of time, and then doing the reading, and then doing my call, and then I had breakfast, full breakfast. I had a bit of a snack while I was reading, and then I had a proper breakfast after my call was done. And then I have just been kind of relaxing for about 30 minutes. But now it's time to get down to work. So, teaching work. We haven't talked about teaching in a while, because it's been a while since I've had to worry about it. But just a reminder for everyone, especially if you're new, I am a full-time writing instructor. I am just currently on break for the summer. And generally when I go on break, I do just kind of completely shut off for 3 months. But the weird thing is, funny how time does this, it has been 2.5 months since the semester ended. Yeah, almost 2.5 months, because it was early May when it ended, and it's now mid-July. It is July 17th, and the semester starts August 22nd. So a month from Monday basically is when it's starting. On Monday, the month before the semester starts, our syllabi are due. So I have 2 syllabi that I'm doing. I have 1 syllabus for my business writing class, and then I have 2 sections of that class, and then I have 1 syllabus for my first year writing class, my advanced composition class, and I have 3 sections of that class. So I teach 5 sections total. My business writing class, both of those sections are online, and my advanced comp class, all 3 sections are on the same day, back to back to back, which is exhausting, but also I kind of like just getting in the zone for teaching all 3 classes, and then being done. And I'm gonna do my office hours 2 hours prior to teaching. So I'll go to my office, do my office hours. I'll have about 30 minutes to wrap up in my office and walk to my classroom, and then I'll teach 3 class sessions in a row, and then I'm done and I get to go home for the day. So yeah, having to think about teaching again, and I'm probably gonna spend today and the next few days, I'm hoping to get my syllabi wrapped up and submitted by Friday at the latest. I don't want to push it until the deadline. I don't want to do work on them over the weekend, and I don't want to be doing it on Monday, so I just want it all done on Friday. I'm going to try to get the majority of the work done today, because that would be ideal. So if I can get everything like edited today, then tomorrow I can submit them. We have a new syllabus manager system thing that they're using. One of my colleagues has already done his and says it wasn't that difficult, it wasn't that complicated. So I think once we're all used to it, I think the new program is going to make it easier. But being that it's the first time, I'm hoping that like the first syllabus might be a little bit of a challenge, and then the second one will be a breeze, like getting it submitted. So yeah, before I can submit them though, I have to finish them. I think my business writing class is pretty much done, because there were minimal things I needed to change for that one, and I've already made those changes. So I'm going to be focusing on the advanced comp class today. Now the fun thing about this syllabus, I've never actually taught this class before. I've taught English 101 and English 102, which are part 1 and part 2 of the first year composition class. But this semester I'm going to be teaching English 105, which is advanced composition. It's basically 101 and 102 combined in one semester. So rather than taking the whole year to fulfill their first year composition credit, it's one semester. I've been told that 105 students expect to work, and they expect to work a lot and do a lot of writing, and so yeah, I'm going to try not to overthink it, because every group is different. So I also kind of want to wait and see how each of the sections are and make some tweaks from there. So I'm just trying to get the general framework of the class. And at this stage for the syllabus, I don't have to have the daily lessons and stuff sorted out. So that I will kind of be doing week by week as I'm doing this. But I need to figure out what assignments I'm going to do. It's going to be a combination of what I do in my 101 class and my 105 class. Basically, I'm just going to take my favorite assignments from each of those classes and smush them together. Well, not completely smush them together, but just like put them in this. So taking 6 assignments total that I do. Technically it's 5, because I think I do a rhetorical analysis in both classes. So I'm going to take the 5 and narrow it down to 3. And I think I know what I want to do. But yeah, I've got to get that sorted out and like written down in the syllabus, and then figure out the rough calendar. And the book you saw me reading earlier is this one. I've got all my pens stuck in it. Belonging, The Science of Creating Connection and Bridging Divides by Jeffrey L. Cohen. This is our common read book for the semester. So every semester for the last few years now, our writing programs has chosen a book to be the common read that all the first year composition classes will read, and then we get the author to come. Well, typically it's on Zoom, but we do a big Zoom lecture, conversation, discussion, moderated discussion with the author of the book, and then our students get to ask them questions, which is really cool. So it gets our students working on a book together and all reading it, but then they get to actually hear the author speak about their work and ask questions about it. So yeah, I've not participated in a common read before, because usually I'm teaching all business writing and it's more for the first year composition classes. So I'm excited to do it. I've got the rest of the summer to read the book, but I was flipping through looking at the table of contents and stuff just to see start getting some ideas for how I think I want to structure the book in the class and use it in the class. And I now have some sort of assignment that they have to do based on the book, so I need to think about that. So yeah, there's a lot. What I'm doing right now isn't hard. It's just a bit fiddly and time consuming, and it's a lot of developing ideas and stuff, and I don't have to have them fully developed, but I have to have them broadly developed, if that makes sense, so that I can be putting down something about them in the syllabus. So wish me luck. I have all the blinds closed. I've got the candles going behind me, the electric battery operated candles. Just FYI, so don't worry. I've got the fairy lights on. I've got fairy lights on around here. I'm going to light a fall candle. This is my Cassia and Clove candle by Illume, which I got last year, I think, or maybe the year before. It still smells amazing. And yeah, so I'm gonna get this lit. I have a mug of peppermint tea in a very cute, slightly autumnal, it's very hot, slightly autumnal fox mug. This is my mug, one of my mugs from Anthropology. Tea is very hot, so I'm gonna let that cool down a bit. I wanted coffee, but my stomach isn't feeling the best. So we're gonna stick with peppermint tea for now. Maybe I can have coffee later. But yeah, I've made it very cozy in here. Yeah, I'm just gonna see how much work I can get done. I think I'm going to set my new timer. Got a new timer. I think I'm gonna set this for about an hour, maybe like 55 minutes. Then I'll like let myself stop and take a break. I think, where would I like to be done by? And honestly, I'd like to be at the point where I'm editing the schedule. If I can get to the calendar section in 55 minutes, that would be amazing. That would be ambitious, but that would be amazing. So we're gonna twist this around to 55 minutes and get going. I have made it to the schedule section, the calendar section of my syllabus, with about 18 minutes to spare. I'm really happy about that. It's just gone noon, so I also still have plenty of time in the day. I think the calendar section is going to take me a bit of time. Not a ton, I don't think. So we'll see. Maybe I would be able to get these submitted today. I don't want to get my hopes up too much about that though. It could still take me a while. So yeah, I'm down to the schedule. I think I have, my assignments need a lot of work. Like, there's a couple that, there's some that I need to rewrite. There's one that I need to just create because I'm going to have an assignment, a paper, an essay based on this book, and I don't really know what that will be. So I've left that really vague for the purpose of submitting it, and that's fine. But part of advanced comp is talking about, like, if I go back up to the course goals and objectives, there's 3 sections of this course: critical thinking, reading and composing, rhetorical knowledges, love that section, and composing processes. So in that, we're talking about, like, one of the goals is implement the fundamental components of embodied writing practices, such as invention, aka outlining, drafting, collaboration, revision, and reflection. Then, you know, there's things like evaluating and incorporating primary and secondary sources, and demonstrating, I really like this one, demonstrating resilience during the drafting and revision process. So a huge, one of my big goals, we don't talk about this a whole lot on this channel because I focus more on my own writing on this channel, but one of my big goals as a writing teacher, and I'm this way with my students, but also with my coaching clients, it's what I talk about on here with all of you. My big thing is the writing process. It's not just about being a writer and, like, just focusing on writing. Writing is one part of a much bigger writing or composing process, and I love teaching that whole process. So the importance of outlining, the different ways you can outline. I feel like so many students, and I feel like a lot of people I see talking about not liking outline or being a discovery writer here on YouTube, a lot of that resistance to outlining, or almost antagonism towards outline, comes from only being taught one really rigid, really specific way of outlining. And if you're told there's only one way to do something and you don't like that one way, then you're not going to like doing that thing. But if you're shown other ways, and I talk about discovery writing with my writing students as well. I talk about how, you know, there are some people who their brains truly don't mesh with an outline. And so if after I teach you all these different ways you can outline, and each outline for each assignment is slightly different so that they get different experiences with different levels of outlining. But I tell them, if at the end of the semester you still hate outlining, then fine, you're probably a discovery writer. But so many of my students who honestly give outlining a try, at the end of the semester, after they've gone through hearing me talk about outlining and different methods of outlining and stuff, they admit, actually, Dr. Severson, I think I am an outliner. So I like going over the whole process. Developing your idea, outlining your idea, writing that really messy, really bad first draft, then editing, revising, collaborating, getting peer feedback. In the creative world, we call it alpha readers or beta readers. But in academic writing, it's peer review. It's having one of your peers look at it and give you their thoughts on the writing. So I like talking about that whole process, and I really love that demonstrating resilience during the drafting and revision process is like its own line in the course goals and outcomes section, because it's so easy when you're writing and when you're editing, and I deal with this all the time. It's so easy to want to give up. It's so easy, especially in academic writing, where you're submitting it for a teacher, you're submitting it for a grade, it's not really part of your job, your livelihood. It's easy to say, it's good enough. And at the end of the day, sometimes you do have to just say, this is good enough and it has to be submitted. I always tell my students, it's never perfect, it's just due. I want students to do their best, and I want them to be resilient and keep going. If they know that they can still do more work on it, and if there's still time to do more work on it, I don't want them to give up when there's still plenty of time left because they're tired or because they're confused or they feel like they don't know what they're doing. So having that resilience and not wanting to give up when you know your book is due for publication and you're just tired and you don't want to work on it anymore.
And this is why I love that I'm now a writer. I haven't always been a writer while I've been a writing teacher. I've always been a writer in that I've always done academic writing, but I haven't been an indie author and like writing and publishing for as long as I've been teaching. I've been teaching for much longer. But now that I do this writing, and like I'll be publishing the next book right before or just as the semester's starting, but I'll still be able to talk about that. And then I will be writing the next book throughout this semester. I'll be working on the first draft and trying to finish the first draft of Independent Hearts 4 throughout this semester. So I think that will be really useful to talk about, even though I don't teach fiction writing, just so we're clear. I do not teach fiction writing. I purely teach nonfiction academic writing, the type of writing that students will be doing throughout the rest of their time at university. So we're doing rhetorical analysis, we're doing problem analysis, research type academic papers, analyzing sources, synthesizing what the arguments of their sources are making and putting that into your own argument, that sort of writing. So I don't teach creative writing, but there are a lot of parallels in terms of the writing process, and that's where I kind of bridge that gap between me and my students and the work they're doing and the work I'm doing. That at the end of the day, whether you're writing a romance novel or an academic paper, it's all using that same writing process as that foundation. I'm not ready to be thinking about the semester. Like, I really still need summer break. But looking at these assignments and thinking about what I'm going to be doing, there's one essay that they'll be working on. Their first assignment of the semester is one that I haven't taught in over 4 years. The last time I taught it was spring of 2020, because that was the last time I taught English 101. So of the 3 assignments they're doing, 2 of them are coming from my English 102 class because they are more advanced assignments, but one of them is coming from my English 101 class, because I think, especially if these students are more academic minded, that one will be more of a challenge because it's a photo essay. So there's a lot of creative composing. In a way, there's a lot of visual composing practices, and I really want to challenge them to think about visual rhetoric, to think about rhetoric of place and space, and how we think rhetorically about those sorts of things, and how they can bring that into an essay format. So, which does remind me, I need to find, let's go into the dark portion of my apartment. I wanted some of my books on place and space. Some of these books I'm gonna have to like just use, like the urban image of Augustan Rome. We would not be reading from that, but there might be some useful things in the introduction of that. I don't think texture of memory would work. I don't really want the memory studies stuff. I really need to rearrange and reorganize and clean up all of my bookcases, because all of them, these are all just such a mess. Clockwork rhetoric, no, that's not the one I want. That's steampunk. They'd probably enjoy that. That is not the class. We are not doing Foucault. He doesn't apply, and I honestly never want to read Foucault again. Been there, done that. Don't need to return. Okay, I know I have other books. We're gonna put Augustan Rome. I took a class on memory of place and on rhetoric of place and space. So where did all those books go? I'm looking at all of these books here. Seriously, where did all those books go? Did I just not have as many books on it? Latour, I don't want him. Sorry, Latour, you are not needed. Where did those books go? I know. I'm gonna have to dig out that syllabus, because I know this cannot be the only book from that class. I know I probably have a bunch of articles, PDFs on my computer. So I'm gonna have to look up those. I'm gonna have to talk to one of my friends who was in that class with me. These are all my feminism books. Okay, I will sort that out, but I will have this one book here to remind me to look up other books on the topic. That's not something I need for right now for the syllabus, but I will need that in August when I start doing more development. I'm really trying to get further along on Across the Pond 4 and getting that published before I have to start thinking about this. I think by the 12th is when I want to be starting to work slightly more time in a day on this stuff, because I'm gonna need about a week to like really get this ready. But for today, we're just focusing on the syllabus. I'm nearly done with the 55-minute block I had set. Like I said at the beginning of this clip, finished early, which meant I could take the rest of that 55 minutes to take a break and talk to you all. So now I'm gonna reset the timer, get to work on my calendar, and see if I can get the calendar done in another 55 minutes. 55 minutes worked well last time, so let's see if it works well another time. Okay, so I think I have a schedule. Timer. Let's talk about the timer first. This is my new timer. I realized I've been wanting one of these for a while, but I just kept thinking, Andrea, you have a timer on your phone. You don't need to spend money on another timer. Like, it's not that big of a deal. And so I resisted, even though they look so cute and so aesthetic, and it would look really cute on my desk and all of that. Like, I need to save my money, right? Well, I'm realizing as I'm like how to articulate this and like talk about this without getting really worked up. Basically, I have a month left of summer break, and I really need to be resting. I really need to be resting. But I also have a lot of work to do and a lot of things I want to get done before the end of the summer. Like, I have plenty of time in the day. I'm not saying I need to be working 8 hours a day right now. I don't. And so there is plenty of time to rest even while I'm getting work done. I feel like if I could get about 4 hours of good focus work done, I'd be making a ton of progress on things. And it's not that I'll be working on everything every single day. Like, some days I have a vlog to edit, other days I don't. I'm working on teaching stuff this week, but I won't need to do that next week. So I'm trying to create just a big list of everything that's left that needs to be done, and breaking that up into like short, like steps, small steps, baby steps. So if I only spend 15 minutes on my coaching business, or 15 minutes on social media for marketing and stuff, like, what tasks do I have? And then the other problem I have is that if I'm working on something for 15 minutes, it's making sure that I actually work on it for only 15 minutes and don't like lose track of time, and that I stay focused on that task for 15 minutes. And I'm just noticing that when I use the timer on my phone, the screen goes dark and I can't see the time ticking down. But on something like this, I can see as the time is ticking down. Thank you. I'm giving it a try. Maybe this won't solve the problem, although it was doing pretty well today. It in some ways made the time go by slower. At one point, I guess I'd started it later than I realized, because I thought I'd stopped talking to you guys at noon, but I guess it was afternoon that I stopped. But at a certain point, the time that was remaining felt like it should be less, considering when I looked at the clock, it was 12:36. So I set the timer on my phone. There was about 37 minutes left on here, so I set 37 minutes on this phone. They finished at the same time, but I honestly thought that this thing wasn't counting down time right, because it was like, surely I don't have that much time left. If this thing makes it feel like time is actually going more slowly because I'm literally watching it tick down, that would be amazing. I'm thinking this is just a fluke that I felt that way, but that would be really nice. I have created a schedule, but the schedule is a mess. I can't post this schedule, like not even as like a rough tentative schedule for the syllabus submission, because it's missing some things. So I'm realizing that because I'm doing the common read, that is throwing off my schedule. I have nowhere in the schedule to have them read the common read or have them do the common read, like have a discussion about it. And yeah, so I need to figure out when they're gonna read it, when we're gonna discuss it. Then they've got to participate in the common read event, which right now I'm scheduled to be having conferences during that time. So I need to figure out like what my conference schedule is going to be. And then I also really wanted to try to arrange for a library visit. I don't have to do that. I could just give them an outside assignment, like a library scavenger hunt that they have to go do on their own. But I kind of want to go to the library. Like, I would love to have 1 week where we don't go to class, we go to the library and have the librarian teach them stuff. Like, that sounds great to me. So like, I need to figure out, I've got problems I need to solve. So I'm gonna do that, but I don't know if I want to keep working on this for a little bit longer, or if I want to take a break from it. I probably do need to take a break. Like, I probably need to take an actual break, because if I've done 2 55-minute sessions, it's been over 2 hours that I've been sitting here, because I think I started at 11, and I know I've been talking to you guys for part of that time, but I've still been sitting at this desk. So I kind of feel like I want to push through with this for like 30 more minutes, and that would take me up to 2 o'clock. And I think 30 more minutes and I should be able to get to where I would need to be to feel like I could submit this. Like, I think 30 minutes of thinking and I can solve these problems well enough for now. This is the part of teaching work I'm less, like, I love being in the classroom and talking with my students. All the logistical lesson planning stuff, I don't like as much, I won't lie. So we're gonna do 30 minutes and see if I can fix these problems. Okay, it's 2 o'clock. I'm done. I'm not done, but mentally I'm done. Everything hurts. I can't sit here. I can't sit here anymore, which means I can't do any cover sketching, because I can't sketch on my couch. I can do some reading in Mom's book to keep editing it, but I'm definitely gonna take a break first. Although I don't know. I don't even know if I can focus on it. Like my brain, I did not schedule things right today. I should have known that this was just gonna take up the whole day and all of my mental capacity. I have nothing left. Like, I have a headache. My back hurts sitting here. I'm really tired. Like, I'm practically nodding off at my desk. So I don't trust myself to do any of my own book work or editing work for my mom's book. But I have made a ton of progress, and I do think that this is more or less ready to submit. I didn't solve all of my problems. I don't know if I'm going to be able to schedule in a library visit, and I don't even know if that's possible. Like, I don't know how in advance those need to be scheduled and stuff like that. I did already have an idea for doing a library scavenger hunt for them, like coming up with questions of things that they have to go through the library and find. So I might just do that. And instead of having that be an extra credit assignment, I might just make it required. But I think I'm done working on this for the day. This was a lot. This was a lot of teaching work after doing no teaching work for a very long time. If it wasn't for the fact that I hadn't taught this course, if I was just revising a syllabus that I've already used for a class I've already taught, it would have been much simpler, and I think that's my mistake. I underestimated how much this syllabus was going to take. So, my mistake. I think I'm going to take the rest of the day to just relax, regroup. So, I don't know. I'm sorry. I feel a little bad, and I probably shouldn't, because it's my channel and my vlogs, and I can vlog whatever I want. But this turned out to be a very teaching-focused vlog. But yeah, I thought we'd do a mix of teaching work and book work, and like, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. If you want a like good book writing focused vlog, go watch the last one, because that was very like book and writing and editing focused. But we did still talk about writing a little bit in this vlog. But I feel like some of you like the teaching stuff, and I don't focus on it, so you don't mention it as much. But yeah, I'm gonna stop overthinking it. But yeah, you got a teaching vlog today. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you found it interesting. It's all just different kinds of writing, basically, and that is my life. Like, writing, it's so funny. Like, as I wasn't always a creative writer, I wasn't always doing my novels and being an indie author and stuff like that. But writing has truly become like, it's almost my entire life. If I'm not teaching writing, I'm writing my own books. And if I'm not writing my own books or teaching writing, I'm coaching writing, or I'm editing other people's books. Like, it really does dominate. And like, and if I'm not writing, then I'm like, if I'm taking time off, then I'm reading. So like, writing and books, like, this is part of who I am. Like, it is, I don't know if that's a good thing that my career and my professional interests are such a huge part of my personal identity. But they are. Like, I try to have a definite like line between personal and professional, and like, teaching is separate. Teaching has its own time that gets allotted to it, and then when I'm not teaching, that is when I can work on my books. And then I also obviously am trying to prioritize rest, which is what I'm gonna go do. But I do have an announcement to make at the end of this vlog. And some of you who are subscribed to my friend Tamzin's channel, if you've already watched her video today, you'll know what I'm going to tell you. But the announcement does involve Tamzin. So, I miss Tamzin. I miss her a lot. I had a lot of fun spending so much time with her in London and in York back when I was in England. And a lot of you really loved seeing her in the vlogs. And I know a bunch of you have gone over and subscribed to her channel. She's back on YouTube. She's back making videos, which I'm so excited about. And so I know a lot of you just really liked seeing Tamzin in the vlogs. Now, I'm not going back to England anytime soon, but you are going to see Tamzin and I on YouTube in vlogs together again in November, because in November Tamzin's coming to Phoenix. I'm beyond excited. Like, I have a countdown on my phone as of today, as of July 17th when I am filming this. It is 129 days until Tamzin is back in Arizona. To say that we are excited is an understatement. She is super excited. I am super excited. My family, our family is super excited. Her AZ family is super excited. We've got lots of fun things that are like in the works that we're planning. There will probably be some like AZ day trips that we want to do. In the art museum vlog, we talked about Mom was suggesting going, she basically said, when Tamzin comes, we should do this. And I like redacted that in the audio. That's what we were talking about. So yeah, there's lots of little things that we're wanting to do around Phoenix. I don't want to give too many spoilers because I don't know what's going to actually work out, but I also want to keep things a surprise for you. But yeah, Tamzin's coming back to AZ. I'm going to be vlogging it. She's going to be vlogging it. She's coming for Thanksgiving. That's the other thing. Like, I will give you that spoiler. She's coming for Thanksgiving. So I'm really, really, really excited to show her an American Thanksgiving and to have her be part of our family Thanksgiving. So I think that's going to be really fun. So yeah, she'll be here for Thanksgiving and she'll be here for the start of Vlogmas, which is super exciting. Ooh. She's not like doing regular vlogs, but I need to see if she'll do some form of Vlogmas, because like I really want her to do Vlogmas this year now that she's back on YouTube, but that might be pushing it. That might be pushing my luck, to be honest. But yeah, I'm super excited and I can't wait, and I know she can't wait, and I think a lot of you are going to be excited to see her back in the vlogs. So there's going to be lots of vlogs coming up at the end of November, and then obviously with Vlogmas. I have not decided how exactly I'm tackling vlogging her trip and vlogging Vlogmas, because they literally like run into each other. You could end up with like a 6-week Vlogmas, 5-week Vlogmas. It could be an extra long Vlogmas, because I might just start daily vlogging when she arrives and then just keep daily vlogging through Christmas Eve. So I haven't decided that yet. You don't have to wait until I finally go back to England. If I can't go to England, I'm at least gonna try to bring a little bit of England to Arizona in the form of having Tamzin come to visit. So yeah, I'm smiling. I'm smiling so much it's starting to hurt. So I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna end this vlog here. If you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. I'd really appreciate that. If somehow the teaching topic brought you to this channel, there'll be more of that coming, but also more writing chat. So yeah, subscribe if you're not subscribed. Leave me a teacher or some sort of teaching related emoji in the comments to let me know which one of you lovely people have made it all the way to the end of this vlog. And our question for the vlog, are you excited for Tamzin to return to the vlogs? I think that's my question. And feel free to give me your opinions regarding vlogs for her trip. Are you okay with daily vlogs starting at the end of November and going through? It probably would be, thinking about when she's getting here, it would be about a month, maybe 36 days or 34 days, something like that, but it would be about a month of daily vlogs if I vlog every day of her trip and every day of Vlogmas like I always do. So yeah, let me know. I'm gonna go relax for the rest of the day and try to regroup and be not more productive tomorrow, because I was pretty productive today, but I need to make sure that I can be as productive tomorrow as I was today. And I think in order to do that, I need to stop working. So I'm gonna do that. But if you want to hear more about Tamzin's visit and what to expect, go check out her video on her channel. It will have gone up just before this one did. So if whenever you're watching this one, her video will definitely be live. We talked a little bit about it, but I don't know exactly how much she wants me to say. So you might get more details and more information of what to expect from her trip from her vlog. This is all I'm going to share in this vlog until I've watched hers. We're like filming them separately and uploading them separately. So I might be sharing more information about her trip going forward, but if you want to know all the details, go watch her vlog. I will try to mention her or link her channel in the description box below. And yeah, I'm gonna go rest now and I will see you all very soon in the next vlog. Thank you very much for watching this one. Bye!